Hey, welcome to Home Group, especially if you're here for the first time. My name is Ben. We are really glad that you're here tonight. You have come on something that's a little bit of a different night for us. So, yeah, it's not quite normal. Instead of watching a message from this DVD, tonight each home group is going to have a panel of about 3 of your leaders who are going to be answering the questions that you all have been writing down the past couple weeks about sex and relationships. So just in case this is your first night here, we're in the middle of a series on sex and relationships. This can be an awkward topic to talk about, especially if you're here for the first time, or I don't know, if your parents make you go to home group or whatever and you don't really want to talk about this stuff. So we believe it's an important topic for us to discuss openly, and we wanted to give you all a chance to ask your questions and have a safe and open environment where we can have an honest conversation about these things. We think it's a really important age to be talking about this stuff because things are just kind of going haywire in your brains and your bodies and basically all of you. And you know, that's a good thing. And so it's a great opportunity for us to talk about some of these themes together. We're not going to get a chance to answer absolutely every question that you've written down over the past couple weeks on these, little slips of paper. But we're going to try and touch on as many of them as we can. And here is how the format of the night is going to work. So there will be, 3 leaders up at the front. And there will be one that's kind of holding the questions and the other 2 that's answering the questions. And they'll try and keep their answers, as short as possible while answering the question completely, but we want to touch on as much as we can. So, and if you have a follow-up question in the middle of one of their questions, so if you were at school, you might kind of like raise your hand and be like, call on me, call on me, call on me, call on me. But we don't want to do that tonight. Here's what we're going to do instead. There's going to be little stacks of these papers in different parts of the room. And if you've got a question that you think of while someone's up there talking about something, let's say someone asks, what is the best color? Is it red or blue? And the leader's up there and they're saying, well, I will tell you why red is the best color. And you're sitting there and you're thinking, but blue is awesome. Do they not know that blue is awesome? So you tap your finger on the shoulder of your neighbor and you say, hey, give me one of those pieces of paper. And so you get a paper and then you pen and you kind of write down your question. Do you not know that blue is the awesomest? And then you hold your little piece of paper in the air and one of the other leaders will come around and they'll get it from you and then they'll hand it up to the moderator and the moderator will look and they'll say, oh, so follow-up question, do you not know that blue is awesome? So it'll work something like that. You got it? You understand? Okay. In our co-ed groups, we're going to split up by gender tonight because we think that's the best way to have the most open and honest conversation. And, your leaders, they're not experts. They don't have all of the answers. But our heart for tonight is that each of us will leave tonight with a more biblical and better understanding of God's plan for sex. Sex is a gift from God. It's a good thing, but it comes with all sorts of complexities and challenges, and so it's really good for us to be able to have this open conversation here tonight. So have a great night together. We're really glad you're here, and I'm really glad that you're willing to have a conversation about this difficult, interesting issue. So thanks for coming.